What's up, people? In this video, somebody told me to do this. I forget who it is, but it popped up on my feed. What Your Diet Says About You by brosciencelife. The guy is hilarious, like YouTube OG at this point. Very funny guy. I don't know. I think his stuff has gotten less funny ever since he moved to like Bradley Martin's gym. But whatever. He's still he's still pretty funny, I think. He doesn't make as many videos, unfortunately, but without further ado, let's watch this video.
Welcome back to another installment of Is This Channel Still Active? Answer, yes, thanks to some clutch sponsorship. Anyway, more on that later. They say you are what you eat. I say you are how you eat. So let's find out who you really are. Okay, let's start with the most recent and least logical diet, keto, pronounced keto, as I've spelled it there phonetically. Now, I understand, first of all, keto sounds like a character in Tokyo Drift or the high score name on DDR. But I'm assured relentlessly by keto fanatics that it actually works as a diet. Back in the day, like 9 months ago, eating a shitload of fat probably meant you were gonna get fucking fat. But it's 2019 now, where chicks have penises but no gender, and fat makes you skinny. And it really works though. Now the basic idea behind keto is you eat a disgusting amount of fat and barely anything else until your body goes into something called ketosis. Ketosis is where you burn calories by constantly having to explain to people that the keto diet actually works. The keto diet is like picking up vaping to quit smoking cigarettes. You swear it's healthier even though you're doing it 10 times as much. And when you do it around people, they think you're a fucking tool. But believe it or not, it actually works. And then one day your lung collapses. And you realize maybe inhaling cookie-flavored computer steam and putting butter on your burger, which is actually 2 burgers, and then adding more burgers instead of buns, and using bacon as a napkin, wasn't the smartest long-term play. It really does work though. Okay, next.
Oh my god. Dom, why do you not make more videos, dog? He's so funny. And I know it's not him. It's actually, or as far as I recall, it's him and his friend. His name is Gian. Oh my god, like his video, he has like the funniest fitness videos ever. And this is all scripted, obviously. Like he doesn't, it's not just like making this stuff up off the top of his head. Like, but what the reason his stuff is so funny is because he clearly states, like, it's one of those things, like he says what we're all thinking. It's like, you know, what did he say? You have to burn, like the reason keto works is because you burn so many calories explaining why keto works to people or how it actually works. Like how true is that, right? Like anybody who does keto, come on. And again, I'm not a fan of keto. Like I've met one skinny guy who did keto. Didn't work out at all. He was just skinny and he was an asshole also. So I don't like him. But also, you know, you put butter on your burger, which is actually 2 burgers, and you just keep adding more burgers because you don't want to add a bun. And then you use bacon as a napkin. I don't know. Dude's hilarious. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of keto. I'm a huge fan of Dom. Dom, make more videos, bro. Like, why are you not making more videos? You need a sponsorship to make videos? Like, do you not make like $1,000 per video doing this? Are you that set? Maybe. Yeah, anyway, eating clean.
Eating clean, you're a fucking narc. This is a horse girl in high school who's saving her virginity for marriage to be a good Christian. But then on a cheat day has only butt sex because anal doesn't count. Anal is what is known as God's loophole. Eating clean is about as outdated as thinking God hates premarital sex. Here's a question for you. If God hated premarital sex, why did he invent Four Loko? Or music festivals, or white yoga pants, or church camp, or literally anything else? Our entire purpose as human beings is to have premarital sex. Having sex after you're married is like watching just the credits of the same movie every single night. So give it up. You can't live like this forever. Can't fool God, and you can't fool your gains. And the only way you really get into heaven is by doing reps for Jesus. Okay, next. If fit fits.
Eating clean. Hold on, let's back it up a little bit here. Yeah, okay. Alright, I actually can't concentrate if I'm looking at that. Eating clean. And I know this is comedy. I know this isn't like, you know, like there's some truth to it because it is comedy and there has to be some truth to it. What's wrong with eating clean? I don't know. What did he say? Eating clean is like the horse girl who's a good Christian who wants to wait to have sex before she's married and then just does anal on the weekends. I think what he means is like if you try to eat clean, then you'll eventually crack and binge on shit food because you're just so used to eating clean all the time, I think. And then he talks about all the other stuff like premarital, like the whole reason for existing is premarital sex, white yoga pants. I don't disagree with that. I don't know, like, what am I supposed to talk about? Like eating clean or the like premarital sex part? I don't know. It's like he's hitting me with so much. I actually almost want to watch this at normal speed, but I'm not going to. Anyway, let's see what else.
Beings is to have premarital sex. Having sex after you're married is like watching just the credits of the same movie every single night. So give it up. You can't live like this forever. Can't fool God, and you can't fool your gains. And the only way you really get into heaven is by doing rest for Jesus. Okay, next. If it fits your macros, fucking nerd, weighing every gram of every nutrient, counting every calorie, you are the accountant of fitness. And not the cool accountant like Ben Affleck, the retarded hitman, but like you literally just do taxes. Can you say that word anymore? Hitman? Sorry, hit person. The retarded hit person. Anyway, sure it works. Just like making a monthly budget works for saving money and wasting your fucking time. But let me ask you this. Would you rather be blowing your paycheck on hookers and all sorts of drugs and then just deal with it on Monday? Or would you rather be sitting home every weekend pinching pennies and cutting coupons like a guy who prefers cats to dogs? I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it. Guys who like cats better than dogs hold their nose when they jump in the pool.
Oh my god, how funny is this guy? Dom, please make more videos, bro. We miss you on YouTube. Like, he's actually one of the few YouTubers whose videos I have binged watched, right? Where you're like, you watch one and it's so funny that like, you're like, okay, what else does he have? You just like watch everything the guy's ever made. I think I might have seen every single one of his videos. And also like his old videos where he's actually just Dom. It's not BroScience but like, it's like Dom Mazzetti or something is the channel. Yeah, if it fits your macros, like, you are kind of a nerd, right? I guess you could make the argument, like, the physique competitors and, like, the actual serious people will do that to varying degrees of success. Are most of them, like, on something which may be, like, adding to their, you know, nice physique? Maybe, probably. But yeah, love his example of like, would you rather spend all your money on hookers and drugs and then deal with it on Monday? Or would you rather count your pennies and be a nerd? Fun fact, when I used to sell hair straighteners, when I used to do kiosk sales, I surprisingly always sold to accountants. Or when I would stop, like, cause you know, you talk to people, you ask them what they do over the course of a conversation. Or generally if they buy, you'll get to that point where you ask them what they do. And frequently, I had a lot of customers who were accountants. And you would think that an accountant is not going to make an impulse buy of like a $200 hair straightener or curler that some guy like, you know, stopped them in the mall they know nothing about, right? You wouldn't think that would happen because accountants, you would think, generally plan every single purchase and have to like fit everything into their budget. But I sold a surprisingly large amount of products to them, or noticeable enough at least. And my theory for this, this is just my own personal theory, is that they're so on top of their finances that they already know how much they can spend without having to like worry about it, right? Like if you're an accountant, you probably have your own personal finances handled pretty well. So you know, like, if you go to the mall and you want to drop $500, you know you can drop $500 and have it not be that big of a deal because you know exactly how much you have coming in, how much you have going out, and like what kind of savings you have. That's my own personal theory.
And right now, I'm saying it. Guys who like cats better than dogs hold their nose when they jump in the pool. Vegan. This is the best diet for saving animals and saving yourself from having friends. Eating vegan starts off innocently enough. You're not bothering anyone by eating vegan. But then comes the preaching and the fact that you can't pick a fucking restaurant because we have to work around your beliefs on which animals that exist specifically to be food shouldn't be considered food. But then once you start talking about making your dog go vegan, you've officially lost it. Ironically, what started as you eating vegan to save animals ends up in you killing your dog. Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting, funny. Yeah, I guess like I don't know. I almost feel bad doing this video and like talking about what he's saying seriously, because it's so like, I don't want to say it's so perfect the way it is, but like it's nice the way it is, you know. Like, why do I need to make a video? I'm not complaining you told me to do this video, but I'm saying like, why spoil the perfection of a BroScience Life video with like my commentary about like, is he actually right? Well, like, who cares? But I'm gonna do it anyway. Regarding going vegan, he's right. Like, you start out innocently enough, you're not hurting anybody, and then you start preaching, start telling everybody how about vegan is better, which just like comes up in the course of conversation, because food is generally something people talk about. And then, you know, like you said, like once you make your dog go vegan, like dogs are not supposed to be vegan. Like, why are you making your dog go vegan? Like, if your dog is in the wild, he's gonna eat fucking berries? Like, absolutely not. You know, he's gonna eat like animals. He's gonna eat like wolves. Are wolves vegan? No. You realize dogs are descended from wolves, right? I don't know. Hilarious. Love it. Love it, Dom.
What started as you eating vegan to save animals ends up in you killing your dog. Intermittent fasting. Now, this is basically the exact opposite of everything we learned in BroScience 101. Instead of eating 6 meals a day every 2 hours, you pretty much starve yourself and then eat an entire day's worth all at once. This puts your body into a constant state of survival, and you get shredded as your body desperately eats itself. From my understanding, if you do intermittent fasting, you're the type of person who enjoys hanging yourself with a belt while you masturbate. You're deprived of air while you edge yourself until you can't take it anymore. And then right when you're at the very doorstep of death, you let it all out with one giant gasp for air and one huge messy fucking night. Also, trying to explain intermittent fasting to someone is just as difficult as the doctor trying to explain to your parents why you died naked, covered in almond butter, with a bodybuilding.com lifting belt around your neck. What's with the almond butter? Was he eating it? Was he jerking off with it? Was there like a dog involved? I don't know. No one really fucking gets it. But there's only one I'm actually interested in. And now a word from
ExpressVPN is who he's sponsored by. Okay, so intermittent fasting. You're in a constant state of survival because you starve yourself all day and you get shredded because your body eats itself. It's fairly accurate. I don't know if he does intermittent fasting or if he actually, like, he's right. It is the opposite of everything you learn in BroScience 101. Accurate. Extremely accurate. I don't know. I wonder if, like, because you kind of, like, it's a comedy video, right? It's scripted, it's comedy. Like, you wonder how much of this, like, the writers actually believe, which I'm going to assume is, like, a lot of it. Like, they probably think intermittent fasting is, like, legit. Does he do intermittent fasting? I'm not sure. He does have a lot of muscle. But what do you say? Like, you starve yourself. It's like hanging yourself but with a belt while you jerk off. Like, how does that work? Like, I don't know. Like, have you seen the South Park where they talk about Family Guy? So basically, South Park, they made an episode about Family Guy, and they say that the way that Family Guy writes their script is that they have, I don't know, something like 7 manatees all in individual pools. And when they're writing the script for South Park, the manatees, like, there's all these, like, inflated beach balls that have words on them. And each manatee will, like, kick a ball out of the tank. And the combination of the random balls will, like, be the next Family Guy joke, right? Like, and if you've ever watched Family Guy, you know that they, like, segue into, like, the most random stuff ever. Like, they'll be doing something, and then, like, Peter will be like, oh, yeah, well, this actually reminds me of the time that, you know, I did ecstasy or something like that, or, like, whatever. And then it'll, like, cut to him, like, I just remembered that one off the top of my head. But there's way weirder stuff than that. But yeah, anyway, that joke was a little Family Guy-esque. Anyway.
I don't know. No one really fucking gets it. But there's only one I'm actually interested in. And now a word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Question. Do you like using the most public, accessible, and interconnected system on the planet to indulge in your most private, shameful, and darkest tendencies, as well as heaps and heaps of internet porn? Do you like doing this with raw, unprotected access? Do you store all your most vital information on this internet cesspool, as well as literally heaps of porn and a shocking number of unused dick pics? Well, guess what? You can kiss those risky days goodbye with ExpressVPN. What is ExpressVPN, you ask? Well, think of it as a condom for your internet dog, except without all the downsides of condoms, like using them. ExpressVPN protects you from things like your internet behavior being creeped on by the government, or hackers, or your boss, or your girlfriend, or your side piece, or your ex-girlfriend, or websites that you visit, and then your data being sold. Which I don't know about you, but I would rather cut my own organs out and sell them directly to Russia than have someone look at my depressing and depraved internet history. But that's just me. As you can see here, I use ExpressVPN every day, and it's so fast, I don't even get soft in between loading videos. And it has servers in 94 countries, so no one will know where you are, like Jason Bourne, or how you got there, like an Instagram model. It protects from hackers on public Wi-Fi from stealing your passwords and your credit card info, which is why I haven't been uploading YouTube videos, because before ExpressVPN, a hacker stole my YouTube password and left the channel entirely alone. You can have my credit card info though, and my crippling debt along with it. For less than $7 a month and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can enjoy the peace of mind of privately ordering fleshlights off eBay and Googling the definition of 4th grade level words for text arguments. Find out how you can get 3 free months by clicking on the link in the description below. ExpressVPN.com/BroScience. Take back your privacy with ExpressVPN. Okay, next,
Okay, anyway, Coke and Claw, I'm not sure what that is, but a VPN, otherwise known, I want to say virtual private network, is basically something that hides your internet, I'm probably messing this up, but like hides your internet activity, let's call it, by, I'm definitely messing this up, like any nerds who watch this, feel free to correct me, but you, like your what you do on the internet is like bits being sent across different channels, let's say, and a VPN creates like a special tunnel for your bits to be sent through. So like the thing with VPNs, I did a lot of research on VPNs when I worked in crypto, and a lot of these VPNs, you basically have to trust the VPN, right? The idea of a VPN in and of itself is sound, like it will work, but if the VPN itself is at the other end of like where the data is coming out, then they can see anything that you're doing anyway and monitor it and send it to the government if they want, right? So when you're picking a VPN, you have like ultimate VPN comparison chart. I forget where that one, I want to say it's this one, right? This is like that one privacy guy. I remember when I chose my VPN, I don't use a VPN now, I think they're completely unnecessary unless you're like doing things that you shouldn't be doing anyway, which like watching porn on the internet, you know, that's not, you shouldn't be doing, I mean, not that you shouldn't be doing that, but like you don't have to worry about like you typed in your credit card number on a website, like, okay, let's say your card number gets stolen, like what happens? You like cancel your card and get a refund from Visa. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, regarding VPNs, the best one is one called Mulvad. I'll spoil the surprise for you right now. I don't remember what it is, maybe .com, yeah, .net. Very cheap, $5 a month. And the best thing about Mulvad is that they're in, I want to say they're in Sweden. And Sweden, even though it is part of the EU, they do not, something like they do not report to the EU or something like that. I forget what it is, like they don't report your data. Anyway, bottom line, at the end of the day, when it comes to internet security, like there's no way that you can be 100% safe, right? There's literally no way. Like they say, depending on who your adversary is, like if it's if the U.S. government is after you, right? You're not gonna like buy like a $7 VPN and hide your like anti-American activities from them, right? They're gonna find out who you are. It's gonna happen eventually, you know. So like you're gonna buy like a burner laptop and only use like cafes and wear a hat and sunglasses and like throw away your laptop after you use it every single time. Like, okay, fine, maybe if you do that, like tape over your webcam, maybe if you do all that stuff, like, okay, fine, you can fool the government, but like, are you really gonna do that? Probably not. Anyway, good to see he's being sponsored, and I'm really glad that hacker left his YouTube channel alone.
Model diet, cocaine and White Claws. Now, if you're a model, 9 times out of 10, all you gotta do to stay in shape is maintain the perfect genetics you were born with. Now, the best way to do this is with booty boot camps for $600 a month that consists of extremely wide stance squats and hip thrusts that look like you're getting fucked by a ghost. And then you gotta curb your appetite for queso with some coke that you got off a club promoter named VIP. And even though you're a 10 out of 10, you still have insecurity issues. So you gotta numb those with some White Claws, which is basically the alcohol version of a fucking queef. It's like air that sounds like it might have flavor. Basically, at the end of the day, everything you've done has canceled each other out. So you stay the exact same person you've always been. And lucky for you, that person has always been nothing but hot. Juice cleanse slash detox tea.
Interesting. Never heard of that one before. Coke and Claw. Also, I've never heard of White Claws. I don't know. Like, I also don't go to clubs a lot and hang out with models, so that might be the reason why I have not heard of that. We call it. I've heard it called Coke and Champagne. Champagne and Coke. No, wait. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Something like that. Although I guess now it's White Claw, which is like a zero carb energy drink or something. I don't really know. Let me look this up. But I like that. Like, the only thing you have to do is maintain the perfect genetics you were born with. What is a White Claw? The new addiction to underage kids, alcohol seltzer water beverage. Okay, so it's like a wine cooler with no calories. All right, fair enough. Funny, very funny. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Like, one of these days, it's gonna happen, right? Like, all right, so I'm in Vietnam right now, and the 3-month visa. The plan is to stay here. Like, the plan is to stay here for 3 months, grind out an average of 5 videos a day, upload them to YouTube, and by the end of that 3 months, to reevaluate, right? Like, let's say worst case scenario, I'm totally broke and like my like 500 additional videos that I upload are not generating a significant amount of additional income for me. I'm gonna take what little money I have left and either move to Tel Aviv or to Las Vegas. Tel Aviv, for obvious reasons, it's amazing. There's the beach. I used to live there. I love it there. Very satisfying lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Vegas, because I really want to work on my game, and I'm going to go intern for RSD and get a job doing something, trying to make money. And like, basically, like, my only 2 things that I'll be doing is like going out and working on my game and working to support myself and hopefully interning for RSD in whatever time I have. So that's like it, right? And honestly, even if I, like, let's say like the YouTube channel becomes wildly successful in 3 months, which, like, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, probably not going to happen, probably not likely to happen, statistically speaking. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? I don't know. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to think negatively, but like, I can't conceive of a way that it would happen, although I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway. That's the plan. So like, someday, very soon, as like a 36-year-old, in 2 months, yeah, 2 months I'll be 36. Shit, I will be like finally like going out to nightclubs every single night and like getting that out of my system, just like I got the military experience out of my system. Anyway.
Always been. And lucky for you, that person has always been nothing but hot. Juice cleanse slash detox tea slash essential oils. You think the pinnacle of comedy is sharing memes about skipping the gym for happy hour. Your idea of fitness is wearing high-waisted pants and trying to panic off 15 pounds 5 days before an event. And you do this in the form of an all-liquid diet, which consists of shit and blood and not vaccinating your kids. You use Facebook for all your research and recruiting stay-at-home moms for your body wrap pyramid schemes. And you don't give blowjobs unless you're cheating on your boyfriend. The fuck it diet. This is where you say fuck it and just eat and drink.
Okay, so that's funny. Basically what he's saying about like anybody who does juice cleanse or detox tea is for basically, like, no offense to anybody, like overweight housewives who are too lazy to go to the gym or like do anything seriously and will just buy whatever like recently celebrity endorsed cleanse happens to be advertised, you know, in between segments of their favorite daytime TV talk show. And them like being on Facebook, like whichever one, like, you know, Patel is like advertising in the like weight loss Facebook group.
Give blowjobs unless you're cheating on your boyfriend. The fuck it diet. This is where you say fuck it and just eat and drink whatever the fuck you want and then just deal with it in the gym. Your diet evolution is the same evolution as your condom usage. You started out in the straight and narrow, using condoms every time, and then one night you got hammered and you had some light whiskey dick. So you just went in raw. And it felt fucking amazing. And it all went alright, so you decided to ditch the condoms for the pull-out method. But then you realized the pull-out method is just sex that ends with you giving yourself a hand job. So then you started asking girls if they were on the pill, and then just nutting it. And then a few times you forgot to ask, or forgot to listen, or forgot to care, and just blasted away with that YOLO butter. And now you're churning out more cream pies than a little Debbie factory, and using Plan B before you even fuck, which is what the B stands for. Plan B for to nut in. And that is where you are in your diet. Just chucking it in and dealing with it later. And now for my personal favorite.
Unironically, like, jokes about abortion notwithstanding, hilarious by the way, not morally judging about anything, but the fuck it diet is an amazing diet, right? Like you eat whatever you want, and notice the follow-up, you deal with it in the gym, right? Like most people don't do that. They just eat whatever they want, period, right? But if you eat whatever you want and deal with it in the gym, that's fine. Okay, you can't out-train a bad diet, fine. But like you can't out-train anything if you're not training at all. Like why don't how about this? Why don't you try to out-train a bad diet? You know, if you try to out-train a bad diet, guess how hard you're going to work out? Guess how much you're going to grow? Guess how much your body's actually going to change? And then once you've got the actual habit of training very hard, which in my opinion, somebody asked me on Facebook the other day, I forget what it was, but like, I don't know, anyway, asked me about like nutrition and like, is working out really that important? And my response was basically like, dog, anybody can go buy a salad and buy some chicken and eat it. But not just anybody is going to go to the gym 5-6 days a week and train hard and like build a nice body. You know what I mean? That's like comparatively speaking much harder. Like, oh, you want to eat healthy? Go to the fucking store, pay $6, buy a chicken breast and some vegetables and like cut it up, put it in your mouth and eat it. You know, but to spend several hours a week in the gym actually training, that's much harder. So I'm much more, and this goes against what everybody says, but I'm much more in full support of somebody who goes to the gym regularly and trains hard and eats whatever they want, which is not going to be 100% junk food, right? Eating quote unquote whatever you want does not mean you're eating like, it's not like a Stephanie Buttermore cheat day, you know? It's like, okay, maybe you have a meal at Burger King, right? Like fries and a Coke, whatever, or Diet Coke preferably. You know, you're eating. You're not having like celery and peanut butter, right? You're usually going to have like, okay, let's say a lot of fast food. But you're going to eat a lot of what you need, which is meat, basically. Anyway.
The nut in. And that is where you are in your diet. Just chucking it in and dealing with it later. And now for my personal favorite, steroids. This diet allows you to try any of these diets with 100% effectiveness. As the old saying goes, abs aren't made in the gym, they're made in the kitchen, which is where I keep my juice.
God, what a hilarious, what a great like idea for all of this. Like, I'm so impressed. I love it. I love everything about BroScience Life. Like, actually love everything about it, because he says so much stuff. Or I say he, but like it's like really him and the guy who writes this with him. As far as I understand, they like convey so many concepts about fitness as they really are, right? Not like all this like dressed up like, oh, okay, everybody, like you got to get in the gym and, you know, have your like 18 grams of protein or 26 grams of protein with every meal and blah, blah, blah. Like it's BroScience, right? This is how people actually talk. It's what people actually think. Like when you're a veteran and you know about fitness and you're talking to other veteran fitness people, it all comes down to this, really, at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you crack jokes about the overweight housewives doing their detox juice cleanses on Facebook. You know, like, you know that if you take steroids, you're going to be able to do whatever diet you want effectively, regardless of what like people would have you believe. Oh, you still got to eat clean. Yeah, you'll get a better result if you eat clean. But like, if you're running a lot of gear, guess what? You can go to McDonald's and eat trash and shitty food, and there won't be that much of a difference, really. If you're competing, fine. Like, okay, tighten it up a little bit. You need every edge you can get. But if you're not, if you're just like a casual like lifting bro or like casual hot girl who wants an extra bubbly ass and like tighter abs, you know, run whatever you want and eat whatever you want. Anyway, I guess that's the end of the video.
Maybe they're made in the kitchen, which is where I keep my juice. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which actually now is a considered non-profit organization. So if you want to donate to charity, you can go ahead and go to donlets.com, where you can score some sweet gear like this tracksuit right here, bam, or some of these college shirts for back to school, any other sweet gear like this brand new fine piece of jewelry, which are made from real bullets that are shot every time you hear a gunshot sound effect in a BroScience video. They also serve as a bottle opener, or to make the perfect shotgun hole, as I'm about to demonstrate. Find yourself here with an E-beer, an emergency beer. Use the bullet to pierce a hole, boom, right there. Gape it out, just, that's it, gape this fucker out. Nice, sexy fucking hole, perfect hole for shotgunning. Super set! Super set!
Hilarious. I think he looks better without a beard. Just saying, right? Does he not look better without a beard? Brilliant, 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 brilliant. And as I have been doing, love the video, man. It's a crime against humanity that you guys aren't still doing weekly vids. Make more. Yeah, who told me to do this? I forget who told me to do this. I don't remember. But anyway, if you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers you want me to take a look at, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.